From the iconic Centro to quieter neighborhoods just outside of the hustle, we're breaking down 5 popular areas in San Miguel de Allende, plus a bonus 6th if you're looking for more space and affordability. So let's go.
This is the San Miguel everyone imagines. Cobblestone streets, colorful facades, and the jaw-dropping view of the parroquia.
It's the heart of the city, home to the jardín, festivals, parades, rooftop bars, and more. It's walkable, charming, and incredibly photogenic.
But living here comes with trade-offs. It's not car-friendly, parking is mostly limited to public lots, and some homes don't have garages or are only accessible on foot.
It's also lively. You'll hear fireworks at dawn, church bells that ring all day, and street music at night. It's beautiful chaos, but not for everyone.
You'll find a mix of beautifully restored colonial homes, luxury rentals, boutique hotels, and vacation properties. Long-term rentals can be hard to come by and expensive.
There's also a delicate balance here. While Centro remains a cultural hub, the demand for tourism has pushed prices up, and many locals have decided to cash out and move to the outskirts. A lot of old homes near the square have been converted into hotels, restaurants, and shops catering to tourists.
If you love being surrounded by energy, history, and constant activity, and don't mind a little noise, Centro might be perfect for you.
But if you need a car, value quiet, or prefer more space, you might want to look just outside the core. And if you want to explore how Centro compares to other neighborhoods, our downloadable neighborhood guide goes into more detail. Check the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen. It's a beautiful part of San Miguel where you find a lot of the most beautiful homes. But I personally like living in our little suburb of Centro, which is a little bit higher up and away. Because of our lifestyle, and I drive to do a lot of the errands because my bank is on the outskirts of town, the grocery store is on the outskirts of town, different things that I do are on the outskirts of town, I need my car. So I like that we live in the suburb part of Centro. Easy access to get out and around and get out with the car. We're not in traffic, stuck in Centro ever with our car.
It's a nice balance between being near the action.
Because we're so close walking.
Yeah, and not being in the action. So
exactly.
One drawback that some people see with our neighborhood, which by the way, it's called Barrio del Tecolote, which is a neighborhood within Centro, is that we are on a hill, but it really isn't that bad. We're literally 10 minutes from here, from our front door to the main square and to the parroquia. So it's really not far at all.
And when we don't feel like walking back up, we take taxis, and that's what our guests do all the time. Lots of them love the activity of after dinner being able to walk back to the B&B, and a lot of people don't want to do that, so then they take a taxi, which is what we do sometimes too.
Right, and the problem with being too close to the square is that then you hear the noise of all the musicians that are playing on the square and all the
church bells,
the partying that goes on late into the night. 10 minutes removed from that, you're in a whole different environment, and that's what we love about it.
And because we're on a hillside, that means you have the most amazing view from all the homes up here. So there's a give and take for being 10 minutes up.
San Antonio is one of the most popular neighborhoods for foreigners and locals, and for good reason. So you're still within walking distance of the action, but it feels more relaxed and residential.
It's the kind of place where people actually know their neighbors. There's a mix of longtime Mexican families and people from all over the world, artists, retirees, remote workers, young couples. It really has that community feel.
It also has everything you need close by. Corner stores, bakeries, restaurants, cafes, yoga studios, and even art galleries. Some parts feel more artsy and eclectic, while others are more developed and modernized.
Sterling Dickinson is a major hub here lined with small businesses and community efforts. It's kind of the unofficial main street of San Antonio.
And another neighborhood anchor is the San Antonio Church. You'll see community gatherings, weekend markets, and religious celebrations centered around the plaza. It's part of what gives this neighborhood its unique identity.
Housing is a real mix. You'll see modest homes next to renovated properties and new builds. Closer to Centro, prices can get high, but just a few blocks west and you'll start to find better value.
San Antonio is also split into two sections, Norte and Sur. San Antonio Norte, closer to Centro, is more walkable and expensive. San Antonio Sur is a bit further out, quieter and more affordable. And the further west you go, more rustic and budget-friendly it becomes. But the whole neighborhood is still very livable without a car.
It's usually a pretty peaceful neighborhood, but things do get louder as Dia de los Locos approaches in June. So I would say the whole month of May. Marching bands, parades, and rehearsals kick in weeks before the actual celebration, so it's something to keep in mind if you value quiet.
Still, it's a great in-between zone. You're out of the heavy foot traffic and tourism of Centro, but you still have walkability and convenience. Depending on where you are, you can walk to Centro in as little as 1 minute or up to 20.
We think it's a great fit for people who want a balance between community comfort and cultural immersion. And again, if you're curious how San Antonio compares to other neighborhoods in terms of lifestyle, walkability, and more, our downloadable neighborhood guide breaks it all down for you.
Well, San Antonio is really interesting because it has a little bit of everything.
Yes.
It really still has the traditional corner shops and tortilla shops and...
The little mom and pop restaurants.
Yeah. Just the other day, I got myself some carnitas there. But it also has some modern, higher-end restaurants that are really delicious and that are not in that hubbub of the Central vibe. It's got a little bit of that, and it's where we would send our guests. If you were asking us, where would you consider purchasing a home or renting a home, that's one of our top picks, actually.
Yeah, and it would be somewhere where we would actually live.
Yeah.
If we didn't live where we're living, I would consider living there. I really love the Sterling Dickinson vibe these days with all of the restaurants.
Yeah.
Before there was nothing on that street, and now there's all kinds of, we go there a lot actually to eat at the different places. One of our favorite places being Pork Belly. It's a great restaurant.
Yes.
So we go there a lot to eat. There's great bakeries on that street. Two of my favorite bakeries in town are on Sterling Dickinson, which is right up against San Antonio, in the San Antonio neighborhood.
There's bakeries, there's fruit markets, there's even a tailor if you want to get your clothes altered.
There's a little gym there.
Yeah, and it's flat. It's relatively flat. I mean, there's some sections of San Antonio that definitely are hilly.
Yeah, depending on how far back you go. I think it's a great neighborhood. It can be a little noisy with the San Antonio church being there because they do have lots of activity in that church all year round. Yeah. So you do hear church bells, you hear the music and things like that. But if you're not super sensitive, I think it's a great neighborhood to live in.
If you're looking for something peaceful but still close to Centro, Guadiana might be the sweet spot. It's a small, elegant neighborhood just west of the main action.
You'll find tree-lined streets, well-maintained homes, and a relaxed, upscale feel. It's one of the more desirable areas for people who want beauty and calm, but still want to walk to the jardín or the markets.
Guadiana is also home to Parque Guadiana, a quiet little green space that's great for morning walks or reading under the trees, a local gem.
You're a short walk to the restaurants on Sterling Dickinson Street in Colonia, San Antonio to the west, and the restaurants and shops on Salida a Celaya to the south. And on Saturdays, the organic market is just a few blocks away. So you're near great produce, artisan products, and a real local gathering spot.
The housing stock here leans towards the higher end. Think tasteful remodels, architectural details, and beautiful courtyards. There aren't a ton of rentals available, but when something opens up, it usually goes quickly.
It's a quiet neighborhood, not a nightlife zone. That makes it a great fit for people who want a little distance from the action, but don't want to rely on a car.
It's also one of the most compact neighborhoods. You can walk across it in just a few minutes, but that small size is part of the charm.
And if you're looking for a refined, walkable neighborhood with a peaceful vibe, Guadiana should definitely be on your list. And if you want to see how it compares to other areas like pricing, noise level, and proximity to Centro, our downloadable neighborhood guide covers all of that and more. I like Guadiana. I think it's just a really pretty manicured part of town. The houses are lovely. There's a little park in the center. You're very close to Mercado Sano, which is a really nice market to buy groceries. You're also very close to all of those restaurants on Sterling Dickinson, it's maybe 10 minutes walking from Guadiana. It's quiet and it's flat, I really like Guadiana.
I do too. It's peaceful. It's really interesting because it's adjacent to Centro, it's adjacent to San Antonio and to the main boulevard out of town. But as soon as you get off those areas into the neighborhood, it's quiet. There's hardly any vehicular traffic. Even on weekends, we're letting it out there. But it's our secret detour to get from San Antonio up to our house.
Yeah, we drive through there to get to our house.
It's really pretty. It's nice.
It's definitely, but because of that, it's expensive. So it depends on your budget and what you're looking for.
Guadalupe is colorful, eclectic, and full of personality. You'll see murals on nearly every block, many created by local and international artists.
It borders the Fábrica La Aurora, a former textile factory turned creative hub with galleries, studios, and cafes. It attracts artists, entrepreneurs, and younger foreigners who want to be a part of something dynamic and evolving.
You'll find a mix of modest homes and renovated gems. Some streets feel more traditional, others more up and coming. Overall, prices tend to be more accessible than Centro or Guadiana, though that's changing fast.
Guadalupe is very walkable, and you can get to Centro in about 5 to 15 minutes on foot. But the real draw here is the community feel. Small businesses line the streets, and there's a sense of local pride.
It's definitely a neighborhood in transition. There's been more interest from foreigners in recent years, which has brought in new cafes and remodels, but also raised the question about affordability for longtime residents. Good for property owners, but not so great for renters.
If you're someone who loves creative energy and wants to live in a place that still feels connected to everyday Mexican life, Guadalupe is worth exploring.
Guadalupe is interesting. It's also very, very close to Centro. It's within a block to the border of Centro if you're adjacent to it. Even from the furthest most point of Guadalupe, you can walk to Centro in about maximum 15 minutes or so. You can walk to the art galleries at Fábrica La Aurora within 10 minutes. You can walk from Guadalupe to the San Juan de Dios market in about 10 to 15 minutes. It's really, really a centrally located neighborhood.
And it's pretty flat.
And it's pretty flat, and it has grocery stores, a few restaurants.
Some markets. Yeah, it's got a little bit of everything. It's actually a really good neighborhood, and that's why it's become so popular too.
Independencia is a neighborhood that's been flying under the radar, but that's starting to change.
It's more of a traditional, working-class Mexican neighborhood with a strong sense of local identity. But recently, more foreigners have started moving in, drawn by lower prices and stunning rooftop views of the city.
You'll find everything from small, unrenovated homes to new constructions with modern finishes. Some streets still feel very local, while others are clearly in transition.
It's not quite as walkable as Centro or San Antonio, but depending on where you are, you can still get to San Juan de Dios Market in about 10 to 15 minutes, and Centro in about 20 to 30 minutes on foot, or just a short cab ride.
Because it's a little further out, it tends to be quieter to an extent. You'll have the usual neighborhood sounds like dogs, roosters, music, fireworks, the normal stuff. And you'll still find corner stores, hardware shops, taquerias, and everyday life happening here.
And once a year, you'll see something really special. The Señor de la Columna pilgrimage passes right through this neighborhood on its way to Atotonilco. It's a deeply spiritual and moving event, and the entire community comes out to line the streets and pay their respects.
It's a great fit for people who want to immerse themselves in local culture, get more space for their money, or maybe invest in a property to renovate.
And while it's not polished as other neighborhoods yet, that's exactly the appeal for some people. It feels real and it's still evolving.
If you're curious how Independencia stacks up against neighborhoods like San Antonio or Guadalupe, we break it all down in our downloadable neighborhood guide, including lifestyle fit, noise level, and walkability. It is further away from the square. It's at least a half an hour walk. It feels very local, and you'll find the tortilla shops, the corner mom and pop stores, but not much else, although the best pizza place is there.
Yeah, oh my God. Our favorite pizza in town is in that neighborhood now.
Yep.
Napoli 39, I believe is what it's called.
Yes.
And truly the best pizza in town. But like you said, there aren't a lot of restaurants there. It's a little further away. So if you don't mind walking, then it's great. Otherwise, you would be taking a taxi back home or an Uber or whatever it may be. But we do know people who live in Independencia and they really love that neighborhood. It's one of those neighborhoods that's becoming more popular.
If you're looking for more space, a quieter lifestyle, and don't mind driving, taking public transportation, calling a taxi, or even biking, Los Frailes might be your perfect fit.
It's located on the southern edge of town, about 10 to 15 minutes drive from Centro, and just a few minutes from supermarkets and banks. It has a more suburban feel with wide streets, gated homes, and lots of room to breathe.
You'll find larger properties here, often with gardens, terraces, and even multiple levels. It's popular with retirees, families, and people who work from home and want peace and quiet.
But it's not very walkable. You'll definitely need a vehicle, whether it's your own, a taxi, or a ride share, or the bus, to get groceries, go to restaurants, or head into town. That's the trade-off for all of the space and the tranquility.
One of the perks of living here is being close to La Presa, the reservoir. During the rainy season, it fills up and becomes a beautiful spot for walking, bird watching, or just enjoying the view. It adds a whole extra layer of natural charm to the area.
Frailes also has several small public squares and landscape gardens tucked throughout the neighborhood. These green spaces add a quiet charm and make it feel more community-oriented, even if everything is more spread out.
There's a small community of locals and foreigners here, and while the neighborhood is more dispersed, it still has a welcoming neighborly feel. It's the kind of place where you can really settle in.
If you're someone who's done with the noise, wants more space, or just doesn't care about being near the action, Frailes offers a great value.
And while we only touched on it briefly in this video, Frailes is included in our full neighborhood guide with details of lifestyle fit, pricing, and what to expect if you're considering living a bit further out. For the right person, it can be the perfect fit.
It is outside of town, not by much, but you do need a car or some way to get to Centro. It's a bit of a walk, but the trade-off is the houses are bigger and sometimes you'll find a yard. So this can be appealing to a lot of people who have children or if you have a lot of animals because there's a lot of space. For those people that don't need to be in the hubbub all the time, I think it's a great alternative.
Yeah, and it's easy access to the supermarkets, so that's convenient.
Yes.
In your car, you can be at the supermarkets within 5 minutes, so really nice.
We know people who live out in that area and they love it out there. I think if you choose to live out there, you really will like it unless you want to be in the center all the time. That's a quick look at 6 of San Miguel's most popular neighborhoods, each with its own vibe and its lifestyle.
And if you want a deeper dive, our full neighborhood guide is linked below.
And we'd love to hear which neighborhood would you choose. Let us know in the comments and see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.